let's talk about the FISA situation, shall we? All right, so the Steele dossier, according to the Inspector General, who is not going to get super ugly in this report. We've told you that for a while now. Remember, this is a posting that is not a political posting, so when Trump leaves office, Horowitz is going to want to keep his job, and if he goes too negative on Democrats, he's going to, lose job security. But if he doesn't do enough to look at the situation from Trump's perspective, he could lose his job here. So there's a whole list of things. He's got to be very diplomatic, but he's also got to be honest. And I think he really towed that line. You will hear, or I will actually go ahead and explain to you how the Attorney General and U.S. Attorney Durham disagree with his assessment on a lot of things. But he also got a lot of things right in that we've been covering for a long time. The FBI absolutely used the Steele dossier, which is undeniable because we have the emails and the documents. They used the Steele dossier as the primary purpose to secure FISA warrants against Carter Page. This is a problem because the FISA warrant is not any actual evidence. It's literally opposition research, and it's hearsay, and it never should have been admissible in the FISA court. So, because the Steele dossier played a central and essential role, is the quote, in applying for the FISA warrant, that is a problem with the FISA system. Now, the FBI is making changes to how FISA warrants and the process plays out. The FBI said that it is making changes to its process under the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act in the wake of the Department of Justice Inspector General report. Inspector General Horowitz found that 4 FISA warrant applications to spy on Carter Page, who was a part of Trump's campaign, contained 17 significant errors or omissions, including exculpatory evidence. Now, what we had for a long time, I mentioned this a little bit earlier, but I didn't cover this in any great detail. A little bit earlier, a lot of people on the political left who really hate Donald Trump were running around and trying to say that Carter Page was a spy. Well, the FBI kind of made him out to seem like he was a spy. What they didn't tell the FISA court was that Carter Page had actually worked with the U.S. government, was an informant for the U.S. government, and had helped capture Russian spies. They didn't say that. Now, I've had to correct a lot of people on the political left about that, who, of course, continue to foam at the mouth and make re-sounds and everything else because they don't want to listen to it. But he's been instrumental in actually capturing Russian spies. Writing to Horowitz in a letter dated December 6th, but released on Monday after the report, FBI Director Christopher Wray said that the Bureau is making changes to how it works under FISA for both initial warrant applications as well as renewals. The changes were being made to enhance accuracy and completeness, Wray said. Well, yeah, you would need to, because the entire process for the FISA warrants against Carter Page were, frankly, to steal this line from somebody else, malarkey. Okay. Then you have 7. So the IG report laid out 7 major inaccuracies and omissions. The FBI omitted information that it had obtained from another U.S. government agency that Page was actually an asset and had worked with them. The FBI bolstered the accuracy of Christopher Steele's dossier without any real evidence or approval of Steele's handling agent. Okay, so they didn't go through those normal processes. They omitted information relevant to the reliability of Person 1, a.k.a. a key Steele subsource who was attributed with providing the information on Report 95, and some of the informations in Reports 80 and 102 relied upon that application. So they didn't do that. They asserted that the FBI had assessed, that Steele did not directly provide to the press information in the September 23rd Yahoo News article based on the premise that Steele had told the FBI about all of this stuff that was in the dossier. Remember, if they would have told the FISA court all of this, the FISA court would have likely sent them packing, okay? And it's difficult for the FISA court to not give you one of these warrants. But, when you go out there and you create a fake news article on your dossier, which is this opposition research that's been unsubstantiated, and you use that news article now as a way to give credibility to the dossier, when the article was only written because of the dossier, you're really gaming the system. The FBI also admitted a statement from Papadopoulos in which he denied any and all contact between the Trump team and Russia. They ignored all of that. They omitted Page's claims that he had never met former Trump campaign chairman Paul Manafort. The FBI also cherry-picked statements from Page, using those that supported certain theories and omitting those that contradicted them. And the FBI, in doing that, weaved the narrative that Page was a Russian spy, which, of course, he was not. So there's some real problems that Horowitz uncovered. Now, Horowitz did say that it wasn't politically motivated. We'll tell you what the Attorney General and U.S. Attorney Durham had to say about that coming up on News Talk 95.3, Michiana's news channel.